All right, let's try this. I'm gonna have the music in the background, but big Laz of TK. I'm sorry for my cam lagging. I'm probably downloading something. I don't know. It's probably slowing it down. Anyway, you're just gonna hear me talk. Big Laz has always pursued us to do story time or storytelling or whatnot. So I have a bunch from all over the world or whatnot. I really don't know where to start. I am there's Modelos in here. I guess everybody's always wanted to know what the hell's out there as far as, because I was in the Navy for 5 years. Still, for those of you that know me, a couple of my friends they've been in the service. They've been to a couple places I've been to also. One of my favorite places to talk about as far as drunk storytelling or just a great story to tell would probably be the notorious Pusan or Busan, South Korea. I don't care who you are, how heavy of a hitter of a drinker you think you are. You go to Busan, there's only 3 ways out of that place: crawling, carried, or in an ambulance. I mean, those are the only 3 possibilities leaving that place. If you like drinking. If you're gonna be all gay about it and go see some sightseeing, just shut the fuck up. Go do your little gay ass walk. Go see some buildings. For the rest of us who like to have fun or whatnot, they have this place. Well, first of all, once you get there, it's South Korea. It's highly guarded. It's highly protected. Highly security everywhere. I mean, I remember when we pulling in, I felt like I was on a fucking aircraft carrier compared to their little tugboats, or I'm sorry, warships. They have many of them though. Pulling in there, I mean, they could easily fit like 30 of those little shits in one pier. Well, we pull in with one gigantic ass, destroyer. Anywho. I forget, to this day, I've been there plenty of times and I still forget where we moored or imported. I just know it took us a good hour to get to Busan or Busan from where we were at. So wherever we were at, it took an hour to get to the main place. That's what sucks, because at night when you're having fun and all said and done, you still gotta think ahead, because we always have curfew no matter where we go, unless it's an American place, some sort of what is that, American territory. If it ain't any of those places, you're gonna have a curfew. So you always gotta think in your head, no matter how drunk you get, you gotta leave an hour early, which sucks because sometimes it's 9 p.m. 10 p.m. is the latest, because you gotta be back on the ship by either 11 p.m. or 12 p.m. at your captain's his rules or whatnot. Anywho, into South Korea or Busan more than anything. They have this famous street there called Texas Street, I believe, or is it? There was 2 streets there. One was bad for us, and the other was good. Texas Street, I believe, was a good one. Green Street, or some sort of color street. I can't fucking remember. It was bad for you only because it was like a little Vegas in there. It was just a notorious prostitute area. Just streets of prostitutes, I guess. I don't know how that worked. Anywho, I believe it's Texas Street. It's like a little London there, but what I mean by that, just the buildings like, neck to neck. Um, yeah, I don't know what song that is. Let me find a song, and I'll continue talking. Anyway, these buildings are like crazy close to each other. Tallest one maybe I don't know 4 stories. They're not that big. They're tiny. They have about as far as people per level per floor, 30 tops, 30 to 40. They're tiny. They're tiny areas. A bar in each of them. There's they actually do have bars for country, rock, hip hop, and gay, I guess. Um, like I said, 4 levels. There's always going to be one shut down, one level shut down. I guess that's where they keep all the beer and storage at or whatnot. Um, keep in mind, overseas the legal drinking age is 20. However, the captain can always raise the age limit or lower it if he wants. It's just discretion. But like I said, it was usually 20. Um, I was. I don't even remember how old I was when I was in Pusan. I think I was of age anyway, like 21 or something. Um, the food there is. You got to know where to go to get the food. Uh, but I mean, if you're me, you're not there for the food. You're there for the booze, obviously. Um, and my friends, the whole trip there, he was talking about this certain drink that just kicks everybody's ass. I didn't believe him. A lot of people when they're first timers or the rookies when they go there, they don't believe anybody about this drink. We all make that mistake. And I'll get to that drink in a bit. Anywho, um, we go there, we rolling deep, and we started off our night at 4 p.m. I wanna, if I can remember, it was at 4 p.m. and we had to leave by 9 p.m. to catch the bus to get back to base. So, good 5 to 6 hours there of just whatever. They have their burnt DVDs you can buy there, or their notorious blankets, which I still have one till this day. I have like a lot of these bastards. Um, yeah, they're cheap out there, like $5 or something, maybe less. Anywho, I'm rolling with I want to say Seabass, Johnson, and a couple of other friends. I can't remember right now, but I know he's rode with Seabass, especially in my early rookie years on the Cushing. That was with Seabass. Uh, he's Filipino, and no disrespect on them, but I guess they're like the international fucking people all over the world. I mean, they're everywhere. So it's always good to have a Filipino friend, because that's like the language everywhere. Um, we eat or whatnot. As the first time I've experienced eating a raw fish, not a raw fish, I mean a whole fish, where they just cook everything. The head, the eyes, the googly eyes, about that big, fin and everything. Anyway, it was good, real good. So we're on Texas Street at around 4:45 after our shopping and our eating. Um, we're guys. We shop and eat fast. Fuck, we'll do it at the same time. So we get into our first bar. I believe it was called Oceans. Um, it was nice. It was hot out there, so when we walk in, there was all these nice AC. All these bars, I don't care who you are, if you're married, if you're single, or if you're a guy in a serious relationship, you cannot go into a bar without having the company of a lady. That's the damn truth. I'm not talking about like a serious company or anything like that where, butt naked or what. No, that's their jobs there. They keep you company. They're like your personal waitress or whatnot, but they'll just sit there and, they all have a good time with everybody. Um, That's everywhere as far as Asia. Anyway, so we walk in there. Okay, so these girls sit us down, and a couple of them sit with us. Um, and now we get onto the drinking, because that's, what do y'all want to drink? Blah blah blah. When one of our friends says water, we look at him. We tell him, you want water, Lee. So he does. He left. Villanueva. Villanueva. I cannot pronounce that last name. Adrian Villanueva. He was from San Antonio also. He went to Harlandale. It was me, Villanueva, Johnson, and Sebastian. And another old friend of our, Wells, was jumping bar to bar, hanging with different crews. So we're sitting there at Oceans, and it's my first time there. I get the Jack and Coke to start off, and I believe the others get their favorites. One of them was Hennessy and Coke, which I hate Hennessy. It's fucking nasty. No offense to you guys who like Hennessy. I just think it's fucking nasty. It's just nasty. Anyway, we're getting our drink on. This is like going on 5 now. I've already downed 2 Jack and Cokes. Then they start playing the music, and lo and behold, we look to our left to this stripper pole, little dance floor area thing going. Nobody was stripping, and I'll get back to that, I guess, around 8 p.m. It's 5 now, so we're bar hopping at this point. You have to bar hop. The bartenders understand that, so we get out, we go to the next bar. The next bar we go to will always be one of my favorites. I just can't remember the goddamn name. This is like the dance club of Texas Street. It's as soon as you walk in, AC hits you, nice marble surrounding, and one dance floor. There's just a wooden dance floor there, and to the right of it are couches along the wall. And then beyond to the right, like you take a right, there's the couches, and you take another right, there's another hidden wall with even more couches. But that's like the dark area. So the music's not going yet because, like I said, it's only 5 p.m. We get in there and we're looking around. We have one drink because we're talking to another crew member. We leave. We hit up the chicken sticks. Walk down, walk back up. And we hit the other bars on the other side. And on the other one across the street, there was this bar. It was mellow. It was one of those for people around my age. If I was me at this age, I would probably go to this bar because it was real mellow, not that noisy. You just sit down, have a couple of drinks. But at this point, I'm 20, 21. I'm like, fuck it, let's get it on. I'm going to get another song. So we go to one bar upstairs above that bar, and this was their rock bar. It was gay. Like their hardest rock they played was fucking Creed. I don't know. They tried. I mean, this is a whole completely different country. So we asked them to play their own rock, and goddamn, it was like Cradle of Filth, but in Korean. So it was pretty cool. And this is where I got hit up for an Oscar. My friend Seabass says, can we get some Oscars? They had Oscars. Oscars is one of the greatest drinks in the world. I'm not a champagne drinker. I'm not a wine drinker. Wine just gives me headaches, and champagne's just too damn expensive. I like it. It's just expensive. However, in South Korea, Oscars is a champagne. Oscars is like a 40 ounce, and Oscars is like $2. So you damn right we're gonna keep getting these Oscars. So they gave us these Oscars. It's a bottle. You can hold it like this. It's green. It has a green dark label with red letters on it. You open it with that little screw or whatnot. Pop the cork. You just drink it like that. It's a big champagne bottle. You just drink it like that. It's now 5:15. I had my first taste of Oscars, and it tastes like Kool-Aid. It don't taste like I think champagne. This is my first time also experiencing champagne. So it tastes like fruit punch. It's clear liquid, but it tastes like fruit punch. So what does one do naturally when he tastes his fruit punch? Just downs the bottle, right? I just downed this bottle. My friends start laughing. Take it easy, man. This is it's gonna mess you up. I'm like, what do you know? I'm fucking 21. Yeah, I know everything. uh, yeah, sad to say. So both my friend and I are having these Oscars. 5:30 rolls around. We down one. We get another. And this is what's so cool about South Korea. You can just walk around with your drinks. It doesn't matter. As long as you're on that street, they just, you walk around building to building. It doesn't matter what bar you go to. If you have one drink from another bar, you go to the other. It doesn't matter. Because that bar knows you're going to buy a drink from them anyway. So we're walking around with our Oscars, our second one. And we go back to Oceans. Oceans didn't have Oscars. They ran out. Or they were like, I don't know, somebody was making a run for them that they were going to get more Oscars. So I get back to Jack and Coke. That's all I drank back then was Jack and Coke. I didn't care where we were at. That's international fucking water there. Just give me some Jack and Coke. Except for Russia, but that's another story. Anywho, on to Oceans. It is, I want to say, going on 6 now. Music's on. There's a little more people there. Sun's going down. It's getting packed. It's getting packed. We have safe seats. We get the same girl that accompanied us earlier. And I'm at 2 Oscars, 3 Jack and Cokes. So I got a good buzz before 6. So from this time, we stay in Oceans for a good hour and a half, from 6 to about 7:30. And we are commencing on getting effed up. I mean, when we left, I could have swore I saw my friend on the strip pole. I mean, his belly was out there and everything. I was still functional. I was still me. I knew where I was going. I knew I was buzzing, and we were all having a good time. Now we go to that club I was talking to you guys about earlier, where it's the dance floor. I walk in there, it's around 7:45. Holy shit. I think the whole fucking ship was in there on that one dance floor. It was it was insane. Maybe about 80 guys, and girls, don't get me wrong. But we're when you're on a ship, you're a family. We're all close. You go out there to hell and back, you come back, whatever. Everybody wants to go to the dance floor to get some stress off. That's what they do. So we're out. Everybody's acting a fool on the dance floor. Everybody's buzzed. I don't care who you are. I think it was mandatory that you got buzzed by 7. That's from what I understood. So we get in there. I'm there with Seabass. We officially lost 2 of our crews because they went to go eat. Wussies. We get in there. We see all of our friends, obviously, with all these girls. It was insane. I didn't even know where they came from. It was like a fucking magical land. It was like Narnia behind the goddamn bar. It's fucking women. We get in there. Everybody's on the dance floor. As soon as we get in, one of our higher ranking officials or people we know from the ship just hands me and Seabass some Oscars. So we're like, oh damn. So you can't turn down free alcohol. That's just rude. It's non-manners. So I get an Oscar. Seabass gets an Oscar. Seabass just starts laughing automatically, and I'm like, fuck yeah. So I go up there. I didn't even intend on dancing. If anybody knows the general, y'all know I ain't got no moves. The only moves I have are the, you know, exit, exit, or couch, couch. Those are my moves. Um, or the what's my famous move? The God, what's that guy's name? The green guy. Oh man, I'll tell you later. I don't know. He's the guy that moves like that. He's green. You know, Eddie Murphy made fun of him. You know. Anyway, that was one of my moves. I'd go like that, but that's how I walked through the crowd to get to where I was going. If you had a strobe light on, I just looked like that one green guy. Anyway, um, so we commenced to get our Oscars, and I'm trying to make my way through the dance floor, but I'm already, you know, buzzing with an Oscars in my hand, going through a crowd of my friends. Of course, they're not gonna let me through. They're gonna make me bust a move, and I believe for a good half hour, Seabass and I attempted to dance. I don't even know what music was on. It was some sort of hip hop. I can't remember. They had strobe lights on, all sorts of things. I don't know what was popular when we were there. I really can't remember. I do remember one song from Fabulous, "So Into You." They played that. Don't get me wrong. There was girls there that guys danced with, but I just can't remember what songs were. Oh, there was a lot of Usher songs they were playing. A couple of Bone Thugs, and I for the life of me, I don't know how badly I danced. I can't remember. I just know Seabass directed me to a table we were at. It was in that corner of the corner I told you about. So we're there, and we meet our friend Wells. He's an actual Japanese American guy. He's real cool. One of the coolest people I've ever known. So calm, you know. Nothing bothered this guy. It's what I respected about Wells. He was just so calm. I learned a lot of my traits and patience from him. He's just real calm guy, but knew how to have fun. And Wells was there with another girl that Seabass and I became friends with over the years as we kept coming back to Pusan and to this place. It was like Aurora or something like that, but they said it's some weird Korean way. So Wells is there, and I believe Wells was effed up. I have a picture of Wells and that girl, and it looks like Wells was effed up, which is funny. Wells don't really get that drunk. So Steve Az and I are there. It is now, oh God, I want to say 8:30. I've completely lost conscious. I'm moving. This is where the general's taken over. I am no longer me. I am a full general effect. Just slamming down Jack and Cokes and another Oscar. And at that time, I gave myself a limit of money. $60 is a lot of money out there that you can get beer or booze with. You know, Oscars are $2. A Jack and Coke out there is like $1.50. Beer is a fucking $2, maybe $3, depending on how big it is. If you take $60, you're gonna get plastered. So I believe I'm plastered at this point. Seabass, being the good buddy, he did it. He got drunk, but he didn't get fucking shit-faced like I did. He remembered we gotta leave at 9. And the only reason I remembered this story is because he always told me about it. He tried to tell me to leave, and I wasn't having it. He says, "We gotta go, Huron. Let's go. We're gonna miss the bus." And I'm doing my berserker drunk mode, like, just give me my beers. he agreed to give me another Oscar to shut me up, because he used it like bait. You know, he had Oscars, and I was following him because he had the Oscars. So when when we get to the point where I catch up to him and I get the Oscars, it was empty, and I was so pissed. I was so mad and drunk. I threw like a drunkenly attempt to swing at my best friend Seabass. He laughs. He catches it because at this point I was just legally dead. He just he turns me around, chokes hold me, puts me out. Right. Uh, I recommend you do that to anybody who's that drunk. Just take him out. I didn't get mad. We've done it to a lot of people. Nobody ever gets mad. We just it's a mutual agreement, you know, to calm somebody down. So he chokeholds the general, puts me out. They pretty much do a weekend at Bernie's with me to the bus where they're walking me and, you know, I'm ready to go or whatnot. Get on the bus. Seabass, at this point, he says he's scared for me because I am pale, I am not responsive, I'm cold, and I have sweats. And they take me to the ship. And I remember Seabass and somebody else had to distract the officer of the deck so they can get me on board. They get me on board, and they said they dropped me down the stairs, which I didn't feel anything or wake up. So they picked me up, put me in the rack. And I remember the next day, I got up hammered. I mean, I was wasted. It's good. I didn't have duty that day, which is a good thing because I just spent most of the day throwing up, recovering. But I did have a lot of swelling and bruising from where I fell down the stairs. I do miss Oscars, though. I'm not even gonna lie. I would still drink it if it was here. Well, I'll cut here because I'm gonna get me another beer, and I think I'll move on to Hong Kong on our next segment.